Hey everyone, this is Ascending Angela. Welcome back to my channel, and this is your 5-minute fix for caregivers. Thanks for joining me again today. So last time we talked about ways that you can make drinking any beverage in your household easier for the loved one in your charge. Again, this is a series done for caregivers, little hacks and ideas and tips and tricks to help you make your life easier for your loved one and for yourself. And remember, it is not a crime to make things easier on yourself, dear one. Believe me, I've been there. I myself am a full-time caregiver for my mother. She has dementia, damage due to stroke as well. She's got neuropathy of the hands and feet, to name a few ailments. And sometimes you just gotta make those changes in your house to make sure that everybody is doing great and that your loved one that's in your charge remains independent and feeling confident about themselves and their ability to do things, especially if you have to run out. Life has to go on. You have to do things that make you happy as well, right? So today I wanted to talk about, to touch a little bit on the drinks from the previous video. If your loved one should happen to have dysphagia, and that is dysphagia of the throat, and that basically means it could happen through severe acid reflux, just years and years and years, which is basically what's happened to my mother, and also having a stroke affected her throat as well, affected her speech, the volume of her voice, etc. And what happens with dysphagia is there is a muscle right about here. It's like a little tube, and it helps push your food and drink down to your stomach, down your esophagus. And what's happening with my mom also is at the top of her stomach, where her esophagus and her stomach meet, that muscle that squeezes the food into the stomach is no longer strong enough to push on its own. She has to kind of anchor her straighten out her neck and drink a lot of fluids, things like this, to help the food and drink along. So, needless to say, people with this condition can have difficulty swallowing, and it can be a tad dangerous depending on what their food and beverage is and if you leave them unattended. So my first recommendation to you is do not leave them unattended until you make those changes. I am comfortable now leaving my mom alone when she's eating, if I have to go off and she hadn't finished her dinner yet or something, because I have taken steps like pureed foods, provided certain utensils and cups and things like this so that she is safe. Now, the first thing I want to say about dysphagia, and this is from her speech therapist who has been coming to the house and helping her. You want to sit upright, and you want your neck to be aligned, and you want to sit up straight. My mom was leaning back and kind of just drinking and eating, and that doesn't help. So have your loved one sit up straight, neck straight. And if for whatever reason they have something like food and drink caught and it's just sitting here, you want to tilt your chin into your neck. Just tilt it down, and that helps wash everything down. The myth is that you look up. When I was younger, my grandmother used to go, birdie, 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 because I'd be choking, birdie, 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 and I'd look at the birdie. That actually makes it worse. So do not look up. Instead, tuck your chin down, okay? So, a thing that you can do to help your loved one's drinks is called Thicket, okay? And this is a powder. You put it in their drinks. It doesn't taste great with water. It's kind of weird because well, I'm sorry, it's not about the taste. Here's the scoopy. You can measure it. It just turns things a little bit jelly-like. So it's not exactly the greatest thing in water, but it does do the trick. You can put it in pureed foods. You can thicken up soups if they're too watery. In my mom's case with dysphagia, water is too thin a liquid, so it needs to be thickened up so that it can pass easier and safer without her choking on it. But there is a fix to dysphagia, and you can do speech therapy, which is basically muscle strengthening exercises up here. Also, in the event that they have a spill or they cough, here's an adult bib. It's a great little thing. I found this on eBay for $7. It's got a little Velcro thing, and for my mom, because she has neuropathy of the hands and feet, buttons, zippers, anything like that does not work where she has to finagle with her fingers because she can't feel. So, Velcro, okay? Perfect. Done and done, okay? Adult bib and it's pretty and it's cute, and I made sure to get her an adult pattern so she didn't feel like a child. That's important, right? So my last tip is no straws. If your loved one is having trouble choking and coughing when they're drinking their beverages, this actually is not a good thing, because the straw just shoots it back into the back of the throat and it has no chance and no time to catch up with itself. It goes down much too quick with a straw. So eliminate straws from their drinking regimen. That is going to be my last tip of the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. That was your 5-minute fix for caregivers on dysphagia and swallowing disorders. If you like this video, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe to keep up with my other 5-minute fixes for caregivers. Stay tuned. Have a great day.